Morning, everybody. It's still wet. Like I said at the end of the last one, the plan is today we're gonna cut and skid with the dozer. I don't know if you can see that right there is like cow manure. Is the best way to describe it. You can't even pick that mud up. I mean, you pick it up, it just oozes through you. It's bad. We got some logs laid out here, some veneer logs that Mikey's coming back, and he should be here anytime now actually. So I'm gonna get this loader fired up. He's gonna haul them up the road for us, come back, run a couple loads of saw logs. I think he took a load of mat logs to the mill first thing this morning. I had on the truck from last week. The only the good thing is this road's drying out. Well, if you go that way, that's the way we're going in and out. It's a dirt road. So the truck should stay clean because I washed it Friday. So it should stay fairly clean. I don't really know if we're pissing in the wind here, but we're going to try to get some wood on the ground at the very least. But I mean, at this rate, there's going to be absolutely no skidding with a skidder there. I mean, all week there's just no way. So we're just gonna try to peck around, try to get something done to try to be somewhat productive. So we'll just do what we can, I guess. Working the slope. Been at it all day. I think we probably cut 40 trees on the side of this hill. Well, I cut them, he skid them. I'm sitting here at the moment, taking a break. My feet are sore. Need to give the old dogs a rest. I got bad feet. When you work on this hill like this, up and down and up and down, it wouldn't be bad if you didn't have to go down there and top the daggone things. But it's part of the job. So yeah, I'm taking a rest. It's nice when you got two people that can run a saw. That way you take turns, like he cut all day, or I cut all day yesterday. He's gonna cut this morning, but I think we got the steep part of it done, and a lot of these edge trees I can zip off with the cutter. Only time you have any trouble with the cutter is if it's leaning really hard out in the field, and you can't roll your head. You know, you got to roll your head back to get the saw blade to hit your front cut. So what I was doing on some of these earlier in the week or last week was I was cutting them, notching them. So like I'd top one and then I would notch another one, and so I could just hit it once from the back. Edge trees are so daggone dangerous. They really are. It's just like that one there with that big, see them big limbs coming out, you know, this way. If that thing don't hit the ground and roll over, it hits them limbs and kicks that whole tree back this way, and you're right in the line of fire. I hate edge trees. So if I can get them with the cutter, daggone it, I'm going to. And it's a lot harder saw work too, because it's constantly trying to pinch the saw. And you got to jump them off. See how that tree just kicked back on him? It hit them limbs and kicked backwards. Stupid edge tree. Well, we did the unexpected. Trying to get some air in my seat. Seat's flat. Yesterday, got tired of fooling around, let's just say that. So we shoved that slop off that landing, put a new road in going down the hill, and we're gonna give it a whirl. We about got this woods licked. I think we're gonna move the landing to cut the rest of this job, if I can get permission from the landowner's sister to kind of load in their front yard. It's really not a front yard, it's kind of some overgrown field, but it is right at the edge of their mowed grass. Doesn't look like they really care too much about their yard because they got somebody living in a house in the basement and they're driving right through their yard. looks like they've been having a dirt track race there every weekend. So we're going to do the best we can to get some wood to the deck. We've probably got, I'd say, 20 loads scattered throughout this woods, all up on high ground where we can get to it with a skidder. We worked the last 2 days cutting that steep slope. Well, it's behind you, so it's in front of me, but we got that cut. All that's cabled up the hill with the dozer. So the only thing left to do, there is a handful of trees that I could cut with the cutter that are still left, but we staged logs where those trees are, so I gotta get them trees out of them. There's logs out of the way first before I cut them trees. So today the game plan is I'm going to feed the big skidder. So I'm going to drag it out of the woods because the woods is a little soft still. And we're going to keep that big 610 on one main road, just let him eat it up. Just, I don't care if it goes to China. We'll push it back in. You know what I mean? It's got to keep wood moving, otherwise cash flow stops me. It's just, that's how it works. So I'm going to stay up in the woods with the my skidder on the floaters, and I'm going to feed the big skidder logs and just let him drag, you know, 5 or 6 of them at a time down the loader. Whatever happens, happens. We got a stretch of dry weather. There's a 40% chance of rain tonight, but it's only like a 2/10 or 3/10 of an inch. More than likely it'll rain tonight. It'll be 2/10 will turn into 2 inches, so it'll completely kill this idea of what we come up with yesterday, but we're doing the best we can with what information we got to work with. So that's the plan. I'm just having trouble with traction, but I'm getting up in here fine. All of our skids are downhill loaded, so that's a plus. I don't know that we would have as much luck right now. We were trying to drag this wood uphill, but since we come uphill empty, go downhill loaded, it seems to be working. And actually, where he's driving, he's chewing it up some, so it's actually mixing up some dry dirt with it. It's working pretty good. It's wet, man. I'm telling you, it's just, and really, if this would be like springtime or even fall where you'd get some heat during the day, you know, we would let it dry. We wouldn't even be doing this crap, but because it's, it ain't gonna dry. I mean, it just ain't gonna dry. This morning it was a little bit crusty on top. I guess it got down like 28 degrees last night. Not enough to freeze the ground. I think the ground's too wet to even freeze to start with. I think since it is so wet, it's got too much moisture in it, so it won't freeze. But what it did do last night was pull more moisture to the top. So it made it wetter than it was yesterday when we left. Even where I shoved that mud off yesterday evening, it's got that slimy on top this morning just from that little bit of frost. So if we sit around here and waste a bunch of time, it ain't never going to dry. I mean, it'll dry eventually, but we ain't got time for that. So we're going to turn it in. We're going to turn non-working conditions into working conditions. Well, YouTube, Mother Nature has struck again. I have to, we got to get contact information for her. We'll send her an email or something. Got about a 1/4 inch of rain last night, which typically is not that much rain, but on already saturated ground, it's a mess. We did get wood out yesterday. I mean, you can see that all this was all from yesterday. All this I'm standing on. He cut up like 27 or 28 trees yesterday afternoon. I think we drug like 160 down here. So we got plenty of wood out here, but the problem now is getting it from here to there. Before I left yesterday, that right there was our old road. I folded it in. It was like grading cement. And then the next road over at least did not fill full of water. So we're gonna stay off of it today. Try to let it heal. Today's Friday, so we'll let that road heal through the weekend. And hopefully by Monday I can run on that road. I'm hoping. And I'm gonna go up there. Where's the geese? There they are. I'm gonna go up there and hand stump today and skid with the dozer. We're gonna take it up. It's just a mess. I mean, it's just an absolute mess. So I'll cut this one off because I'm probably getting a little bit long. And then whatever video I take today will be on the next one. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you later.